What's up, everybody? My name's John.
And I'm Alicia.
Welcome to the Clutch. So today we're going to be talking about what it's like to be the wife of a snake keeper, snake breeder, what have you. Overall, babe, what do you think the hardest thing is that you've had to encounter so far?
So the hardest thing would be the time that he has to spend cleaning them and taking care of them. And there's times where like I'm in the house watching the kids or trying to get stuff clean. I'm like, well, I could you really use some help right now. But he's taking care of the snakes. So
That was harsh.
yeah, but
Came out a little harsh.
sorry.
Ouch.
But that's the only real downfall is just the time. The snakes, the reptiles, whatever. The upkeep, it's a lot. It takes a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of patience, and a lot of passion. And I know John has all of these things, and I have some of them, but
Patience isn't one.
I don't have patience. So that's just, I guess, one of my personality traits. It's just, there's times where I feel like I need a little bit more help, but, and sometimes like,
Okay.
yeah.
Are you?
No, I'm out of breath. Like, that's how pregnant I am. I'm just talking and I'm out of breath. And I'm not even that pregnant yet. I want time to myself. And I get those times too, but it's just like, I don't know.
It's almost like you're competing with the snakes at times.
Yeah.
I can understand that.
It's not tea, it's Dr. Pepper.
What do you hope this business turns into?
Ball python breeding business where we can breed and sell healthy ball pythons to people that know how to take care of them, and if they don't know how to take care of them, we can educate them further.
That's one of the big dolphins. That's one of the
Big dolphins?
Yeah, the dolphins.
The big dolphins. I don't think these are dolphins.
Fall downs or negative things I do have to say about where we live is
Yeah.
It's so close-minded on these animals.
Since we live in El Paso, I don't know. I feel like
I think it's more the legislation. Like they want to keep it out. There are a couple of breeders. Like don't get me wrong,
there's a lot of good snake
there's
people.
4 or 5
Not a lot.
breeders here in El Paso that I know. A lot of them are real low key. There are
people
1 or
just
2 that reach out.
I don't know if it's in El Paso in general, but it seems like it in El Paso that people don't understand snakes at all. Like anybody that I talk to about snakes, other than a choice few people, seem to be either scared or grossed out. He's really soft and really calm and docile and sweet. Like I can touch his face, I can boop his nose. He's not a mean animal. He's probably the sweetest snake. And also, with snakes, I'm biased.
Yeah, that's a biased opinion, guys. Like,
This is mine.
There's definitely some snakes in
I know.
our collection that are absolute sweethearts, and none of them would really do anything. I have 1 or 2 that have a really high feed response.
But that's not them being mean. That's not them being
somewhat defensive.
Spiteful. It's just their instincts, and that's what's built into them. And I've been bit by cats and dogs way more. I've never even been bit by a snake. Like I've not been bitten once, but
in all honesty, and husbands, if you have a collection and your wife hasn't been bit yet, let me know. Have you tried to get her bit? Like, go in the comments, let me know if you try to get your wife bit. I've literally put some of my snakes up to her. Like, snakes that'll bite me, I'll put up to her, and They won't even open their mouths. They won't do anything. And it's not to be rude. It's to
like I
or to
want
scare
it to
her.
be
Yeah, like
big
it's
too, because I don't.
It's to get her over that fear.
Yeah, part of my fear is that I haven't been bit, and that's when I first reach into the tubs to grab them is the worst part for me. That's when the fear comes in. But once I'm holding them and like looking at them, holding them in general, I'm okay. I'm fine. But it's the initial grab that I have fear. Not with Saber, obviously, but with a lot of them that I'm not as familiar with. I'm so out of breath, this is embarrassing.
I think that's one of the things, like, it's just taking the time with the animal, and it's finding a way to involve the whole family now. And I think that's one of my major downfalls, like you were saying. Yeah.
Just letting people know, in general, that they're not mean. It just frustrates me so much. People are like, ew, snakes. Oh, those are mean. You're gonna get bit. Snakes are slimy. No, they're not. They're not slimy. They're not mean. Literally, they're the cutest thing. They're calm. You can't be allergic to them. They don't have any dander or fur. You don't have to give them all of your attention, because honestly, they don't want it. They'd be just fine staying in their tubs. Like, so frustrating. Okay, I'm good.
You good? You sure?
No.
Every time I try to talk, you interrupt me and go off on a tangent.
I'm sorry. I have like one or the other.
You have nervous, I must talk syndrome.
It's either I'm completely quiet or I'm word vomiting. It's one or the other. I don't have any in between. But I feel like I didn't make my point clear enough the first time I say it, so I have to say it multiple times to make sure that people understand. I'm sorry.
This is my life. Oh man, but
snakes aren't bad. Snakes are nice. Some of them.
So it's just working with your animals. I'm gonna try to get this out before she goes on another tangent. It's just working with your animal. What do you see, like, what capacity do you see yourself in this whole process? Like, whether it's just in our home or once we like start vending at shows, do you want to do all the traveling with me? Do you want to be behind that table selling snakes? Like, do you just want to clean? What do you want to do?
I don't know. I see myself helping out if we start vending and everything. And the traveling, I enjoy traveling, and I love going to new places and seeing new people and seeing new things, and I enjoy all of that. But it's hard for me to bring the kids along and be fully engaged in the said event that we would be at. 'Cause the two that I've been at were stressful for me, where I wanted to talk to people and be friendly with people and be engaged with people, but I couldn't. Personally, I have anxiety and depression, but the anxiety would really kick in, and it was amplified because my kids were there with me. They're young, they cry, they throw temper tantrums.
A lot.
Mostly our son.
Especially
right now.
Josiah, when he can't touch a snake that he sees, he throws the biggest fit.
So, and then I feel like everyone's looking at me, thinking I'm a bad mom. So if I would...
And taking the stroller through those aisles is a nightmare.
Yeah. So if I were to be there helping out with the event, it would have to be with the kids gone, at a babysitter with my mom, somewhere where I knew they were safe, because I also worry about them constantly if they're not in my direct view of sight, Um, so that being said, if that was the ideal situation and I was helping at a vending booth or something, I wouldn't mind helping out and talking to people and cleaning and all of that. And like I said, I don't mind, I enjoy being around the snakes and helping out, but right now, specifically at this very time in my life, I can't be around them as much because my sense of smell. And it's not even that it stinks that bad, it's just like I can smell everything.
Obviously Saber's yours, he's your favorite. Is there any gene that you've seen that you'd like to work with or something you'd like to pull into our collection?
I like the blue-eyed Lucy's, but I think everyone likes those.
How do you feel about the community with what you've seen in shows, how you see me interact with people and just all that good stuff? How do you feel?
So I feel that you connect with people very well, and me not so much, but I overall get good vibes from the reptile community, and so far I've been to 2 events, and everyone that I've met for the most part has been extremely nice and very welcoming, and they take their time to explain their animals and talk about them, and they seem very personable. However, I did kind of view some assholes.
I'm definitely a people person. Like, I like to conversate with people. I like to get to know people. And I think it's a good thing, especially for this industry, but it's also kind of a downfall because you start, like, you get to know people and not only trust them, but you get to,
I guess that's the thing that I avoid overall. Like, you put yourself out there and I guess you're vulnerable to being let down, or, you know.
It's not just let down, like you start thinking about these people's lives and you start caring about people because you get to know them. And then it gets kind of infuriating. Like, I'm not even gonna say that it gets disappointing. Like, it literally makes me upset sometimes, like the way you see people treat each other, or the way you see people like blatantly just turn their back in an instant, which I mean, it's 99.9% of people that are in this industry are in this industry for a profit. There are, I mean, there's good people in the industry, but you got to understand that this is a business. It is for a profit. And if you don't have anything to bring to the table, sometimes they just don't want anything to do with you. And it is what it is. Like, you find the people that you vibe well with, that you can talk to on a daily basis, and you vibe with them and get over it.
And that's just the step I skip completely. I'm just like, nope. But I'm not the person that's, I mean, I will be personable, like if we had a event and we're vending, but I'm not there to make friends necessarily, like you are.
You're there for the animals more than the people. Yes. Which I understand.
Basically.
I'm there for, like, I'm there for multiple reasons. I want to find those quality animals. I want to market myself. I want to create friends in the industry. Like, that's part of what going to these shows is for. Me
personally, I'm there to look at the animals. I'm not there to necessarily buy animals because I'm not looking personally into breeding any specific morphs or anything like that. I'm just there to enjoy the animals. I might want to buy something. I bought 2 of my geckos, 1 at each show. But I'm not there to network or any of that. So for me personally, that's what it is.
Who's been, like, I guess, who's been the favorite person that you've met so far out of all of this?
Of course, I really enjoy Austin and Austin's wife and Josh. Those are my main people that I seem to relate with and vibe with. So.
Who don't you like?
I don't know anyone personally that I don't like. The only time I get annoyed is when you're like constantly watching people's videos like back to back or like on the phone constantly. It seems like with someone from the reptile community, and I'm just like, shut up.
Deciding that we were going to turn this into a business and really try to do something with our passion of animals. You ready for the lightning round?
Yes.
Super hype. You're so excited.
My eyes are closing. I have a quiz tomorrow.
It's 8 o'clock at night, guys. Just to let you know, it's 8
I have a
o'clock
quiz tomorrow, and I need to study for it. But I'll probably study in the morning because I'm a procrastinator, and that's how I operate.
Alligator, yes or no?
It depends. It's not a yes or no question. We have to have more space.
No, it's the lightning round. You don't get a choice.
No, we have
You
to have
say
more
yes or no.
space. We have to have more space. We can't have an alligator
Well, we're not going to be in the city for forever.
here in this house. We can't. If
Well,
we move to
for the first year, if we could.
the rest of Texas, anywhere else other than here, then maybe if we have land. But if you get an alligator, then I get a horse.
Rhinoceros iguana
Okay.
or blue iguana.
Oh, blue iguana. What?
Devastated. Animal you're most scared of.
Spiders. Not tarantulas, not big spiders. I thought I was scared of tarantulas until I held one and it wasn't that scary.
You know
It
they
was,
don't start like that, they're good.
well, I don't like baby tarantulas then. The small spiders, the smaller the spider, the more scared I am of it.
Dream animal.
Right now it's a horse.
Dream reptile.
I already have my dream reptile.
The ball python.
Yes.
There you go.
What's your dream animal?
I already have it. Well, sort of. I have one of them. Because you let me get, well, you didn't let me get retakes. I just kind of showed up to the house one day with a retake.
Yeah, after I told you not to. I actually specifically told you not to.
And then I showed up to the hotel after one of the shows with a retake.
With another one.
But you love both of them.
Mm-hmm. So, what's your dream mammal?
I think it would have to be a tie, in all honesty.
Oh, what? Oh, you want a horse?
No.
I don't understand what you're saying. A tiger
Like there's
king?
no winner. There's no first place.
So, I want you to keep it in there
Oh,
because
Lord.
you just said my favorite mammal would be a tie. And I didn't know what the a tie was. I am stupid.
You're not stupid.
I'm tired.
Sloths. It's a very unique animal. And I think that's where
They're
it
cute,
falls
though.
in.
In an ugly way. They're ugly cute, like E.T.